Dear friends, welcome to is American English Center. It's an I.E.L.T.S interview test which is going to happen here. Here we have two students. Both are aspiring students for, one is for I.E.L.T.S and one is for TOEFL. So here it is a speaking session. 15 minutes you have to speak. So she's the candidate. Her name is Maheshwari. And your name, Mr. Velavan. Velavan is a physiotherapist, and here we have Maheshwari and computer analyst. Right. Now, Mr. Velavan will be interviewing Mrs. Maheshwari. So part 1, part 2 and part 3. Part 1 is something about general. They'll be asking about general questions, and part 2, a topic would be given and she has to speak for 1 to 2 minutes. And part 3, it is almost like a discussion questions. The questions are based on part 2. So, I wish you all the best, and yes, sir, you may ask questions and you have to reply. Yes.
Hello, Maheshwari.
Hello, everyone.
So I'm going to ask a few questions. You are prepared for answering, right?
Yeah.
So tell me about yourself.
My name is Maheshwari. I am from Pondicherry. That is my hometown. Pondicherry is a very famous tourist spot in South India, as many people know. A lot of foreigners and also people from other parts of the country visit there regularly. Even people from Bangalore and Chennai spend their weekends over there. There are a lot of tourist spots there, to name them like Beach, Oroville and Ashram, a few of them. Pondicherry is a very good place to live in a silent and a small union territory.
Fine. A little more about you personally.
Like I did my studies in Krishnaswamy College of Engineering, which is situated in Kadlur near Pondicherry. I did my engineering there. Post completion, I'm working in IT industry as a business analyst for the past 6 years. Initially, I was working in Pondicherry. Later on, I moved to Chennai, and in Chennai, I'm working for the past 4 years. I was married 2 years back, and right now in Chennai with my husband and daughter.
Can you say something about your hobbies and what you do when you are in free time?
I love listening to music, and I also surf internet most of the time. Even when I do household activities, I like listening to song and doing the work, which I feel like it does not involve any stress in it.
Okay. Right now you're working, right?
Yeah.
Can you tell something about your workplace and what kind of work you like the most?
Okay, I'm working as a business analyst in an IT company. The main job activity which I do is like I'm involved in pre-sales and proposal making. I interact with various clients around Australia, US and UAE market. And it is like I talk with them, I collect the requirements, I work on proposal documents. I even handle the project management part, wherein I involve with the in-house team and I clarify their doubts, handle the projects, and it ends with the delivery to the client of the project.
Okay. Some kind of familiar topic I'm going to ask. Can you explain some of favorite musicians you like the most?
I like A.R. Rahman, his music.
Can you explain why you like him most?
I love his music because whatever it is, it's going to be a romantic song or whatever the background score, even it's going for a thriller movie or a romantic movie or whatever it is, the background score which he gives is it's totally different, and hence I like it the most.
You got a kid, right?
Yeah.
So what do you want your kid to become?
It's her wish, obviously.
So you don't have any kind of plan for her?
No, whatever she is interested, I'll just help her to improvise on that so that she has an own aim and work on that.
So you mean to say to everybody that this is how we need to develop our kids or bring up our kids to be on their own or to show some areas which they can explore on it.
Based on their knowledge and interest, we can guide them to go in the right path, but I don't feel like we have to insist like this is the path you have to choose and go.
Okay. Can you say something about our country, national anthem?
I love my country. It is a very old country, and it is a nation of various religions, various languages, various cuisines, and lot more. We cannot say like it is just people from one state just do this and that. A lot of people are mingled here, and a lot of what to say, like they are like brothers and sisters, and all together it is mentioned in the national anthem here. It represents everything in the country.
Okay. So any particular name of national anthem? And do you know who wrote that?
Sorry, I don't remember. I remember that Rabindranath Tagore wrote it, but I don't understand like what are you asking about further on it.
Fine, thank you. That's a great thing. You have explained everything clearly, and I'm happy to know about yourself. Thank you. So the part 2 will be discussing, describe a piece of equipment you find useful. You should say how long you had that equipment, how you learned to use that equipment, and in which way that helped you to get in this world easily.
I like to talk something about the mobile phones, which are the trend in the modern technology. I have been using that equipment for the past 10 years, starting from when I was in college. When I was in college, I was using the basic model, which is right now not available in the market even. Right now, there are a lot of technology improvement in that, and I am using one which is in the latest trend. To say more, it has replaced several equipments in our life. Like we are not using calculators right away. When we say like we want to calculate something, we just pick up our mobile phones and do the calculation in it. Similarly, many people stopped wearing watches. Now watches are a mark of showing their like the brands which they wear, and not for actually seeing times. People just pick their mobile phones to see the times, even calendars on the go. If they want to know some dates or whatever it is, they pick the mobile phones for the same. And to say like how I learned it, it is initially it was my friends and other people who were using it. They taught me. With the improvisations, I got to know from the internet and other stuffs to know about it. To say like how it has replaced, like even with the advancement in the technology, nowadays internet is being used in mobile phones, due to which several companies prefer to the development of mobile applications which are used in mobiles. So everything is made just on the go. You can you can order something, you can buy something, you can even make bank transfers via mobile. So it is a very good invention, I suppose.
Okay. Shall I pass on to part 3?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is the discussion topic about technology and housework. So what kind of machines are using nowadays at home, and how these machines are useful to the family persons, and what are the negative effects of these equipments?
Nowadays, every home is filled with a lot of electronic equipment, starting from living room, kitchen, bedroom, and even bathrooms. We cannot say just one has made our life easy, but all has made our life easy, and every room in our house has 1 to 2 electronic equipments in place. We can list a lot, like washing machines, fridges, mixer grinders, air conditioners, televisions, audio systems, microwave ovens, and lot more. It has made our life very easy, and all the things we can get to know like in very easy manner. Nothing is sophisticated nowadays. India is a very ancient country, and people have used several traditional methods in the past. But nowadays nothing is like, but they have made like our life stand still without its operation. If there's going to be a power cut, we will not be able to use those electronic equipments, because of which we say like it is not possible since there is no power and we will not be able to run that. To put a full stop to that, we have also found an electronic equipment for that named inverter, which helps us to run some equipments like fans and mixer grinders. Even in the absence of the electricity, they save some power and give us during its absence. So it is a very good invention. And the other part is like it has made the people easy, and it has some negative impacts in the environment as well. So people in this fast moving world, I accept that there will not be sufficient time for the people to do all the works in the traditional methods, and hence they are moving to the modern equipments. But they should take care of their health and spend some time for their exercises as well to maintain their health. And with the invention of lot of equipments, there are a lot of impact to the environment, which also we should consider and make use of these equipments in a limited manner to save our health.
Can you mention any particular disturbance to the environment made by the machine usage in the home?
Yeah, there are discoveries stating like the carbon monoxide from the refrigerators have affected the ozone layer.
Okay.
So several in manufacturers are finding way to limit the amount of carbon monoxide that is being excited from the refrigerators. But we cannot limit it, because that has become a part and parcel, and we are not able to live without refrigerators nowadays.
Why you think the refrigerator and air conditioner is very important nowadays?
Nowadays it is very important because for the past 10 or 15 years we have been living with that, and today we feel like a house without refrigerator we cannot live without, because starting from milk to whatever it is, we are obliged to preserve it in fridges.
Okay.
We have moved out of the stages wherein in the traditional methods, and we are totally stuck to this, so we will not be able to come out of this so soon.
So we are not going to get affected by preserving this rather than using a fresh one, and we are not forced to do preserved one, forced to use the preserved one.
Sorry, I don't get you.
By using refrigerator, we are forced to use the preserved one rather than using a fresh one.
Yes.
Right? So is there any ill health effect in the future going to happen by using this?
There could be effects, but because in the market whatever we get, it is also already preserved only. We don't get fresh anything right away in the markets as well. So everything is preserved, and we have ill effects for that, and it is not like we can make some preventive measures for it. It is a very lengthy process, where starting from the manufacturers, when it reaches us, it is a long way to go.
Okay, one last question. Whom do you think the reason for all these things, by the way we use refrigerator, air conditioner, and the preserved items that we are getting from the market, rather than getting the fresh one like which we used to get, say for about 30 years back or 40 years back? Who are responsible for all these things?
We cannot say like a single person is responsible for it. The entire people and the nation and the government is totally responsible for it, because when something new comes to the market, people move to it instead of thinking the negative effects of it. So we cannot blame anyone. It is a group of people who have initiated it, and it has come so long.
See, if we are going to act the same way which we are doing right now, we are going to drain too much of water from the earth, and we are going to damage ozone by all these machines, and ultimately we are going to land up in a problem which is going to be faced by the whole earth, and the future generation is going to be questionable for living a good life.
Yes.
Do you agree this or not?
Yes.
So what can we have some kind of alternatives for this? Do we educate our children, or do we protest by using all these things?
Obviously, we have to educate our children to whatever it is, starting from electricity utilization to all the equipments, we have to teach them to use it in a limited manner, so that how much ever we can save it, we will be able to save it.
See, right now, what you're saying is happening in US. They are used all kind of advanced technologies, and now they are facing problems and trying to come out from that and started living naturally rather than using all these modern equipments. Why can't you do the same thing in our country?
Again, it's not single people putting an effort. The initiatives should start from every home, and when that initiative starts, hopefully there will be some change.
Okay, thank you.